Hey everybody, Vader Saber 1984, also known as that drunk guy and his bullshit opinion. Today's episode is going to be a little special because it is now exactly 6 years to the date of me starting this channel. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over maybe some of my best videos with the most views that I got, maybe talk about some stories, go to some spots, talk about some of the things that I've learned, some of the positives, negatives, the do's, don't do's in my 6-year journey of being a YouTuber. Oh God, I hate that. So in ordinary fashion, grab yourself a smoke, grab yourself a drink, grab on your butts, your balls, your boobs, whatever you got. Here we go.
That drunk guy and his bullshit opinion. Freedom of speech, bitch! Yeah! You don't like me? Bite me. They're just opinions.
Hey, it's Teabag.
On June 24th of 2019, I just came up with this idea of, you know what? Why can't I just record myself talking? I mean, I listen to Joe Rogan. I listen to Opie and Anthony. I've been making videos since I was a teenager. What could be so hard, right? Wrong. Because now you're on a platform. Now you've got rules to adhere to. You've got analytics. Well, the very first show I did, I went out and got my very first guest. He's been a part of my life for the better part of 8 years. Let's get him up here. Come on, Lambo. Get up here, son. So, if you don't remember, hi, baby. Yeah. This is Lamborghini Diablo. Yeah, he's my boy. I had this whole mindset idea of, kind of going back and reliving some of these best viewed videos. Number one post, welcome, has 15 views 6 years ago, 1 like. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to watch it on my phone while I record and just kind of...
Let's go ahead and do this. Hey, everybody. Hey, YouTube. My name is Travis.
No facial hair.
I'm going to go by the name of Darth Vader Saber. And
Darth Vader Saber. I cut out Darth.
Anything and everything about
Didn't
my
want likeness.
average day and life in general of being a Southern gentleman, Texas asshole with my
Asshole, yes. Gentlemen.
and the things I love, hate, and just whatever here in between. It's my first post ever, so let's keep it short and simple and sweet.
Still a lot of us.
I got some children here by the name of Lamborghini and Ferrari. They're my fur babies. Hey,
all right, pause right there. I no longer have Ferrari. She passed away, God, probably about 3.5, almost 4 years ago. She was Lamborghini's mother.
one's deaf, so bear with me.
And he's the deaf one.
Get up here.
Oh, see?
This is Lamborghini.
All right, so that's just me kind of looking back 6 years ago. And it was probably my biggest viewed video of a whole whopping 15 views. Look at me go. I dropped the Darth Vader and just went to Vader Saber 1984. The origination from that is, one, Darth Vader is my favorite character in Star Wars. Vader Saber, man, he had the coolest lightsaber ever. What's big, more bad than Vader's saber? And then, of course, the year I was born was 1984. August 4th, 2019 has 52 views and 1 like. And it was over the El Paso Walmart shooting. The story is there was an El Paso shooter, and he went in and it was connected to a mall or down the street from a mall, if I'm not mistaken. He went in armed and was mowing people down. And me being a sucker for conspiracy theories and also, ooh, look out for this kind of thing, I went ahead and did a review on it and my thoughts. So let's just kind
The
of.
biggest news going on right now is going to be the El Paso shooting.
I was wearing the
at a local
earbuds,
Walmart and strip mall.
and I wasn't even putting them into my ear. I just
so
had them hanging
far,
over.
20 lives have been taken, and
God
that's
rest their
very sad.
souls.
And, God,
Oh, in the background, you can see my lightsaber.
it's people like this that make people like me and other conservative patriots in this world, in the United States, that make us look bad, that give us
Not
a
wrong.
racist stigma. They make us look like we are all the same because we are gun-toting, gun owners.
I was going to say
And
First
for somebody
Amendment.
like this who's barely 21, barely, you have to be 21 in the state of Texas to purchase a weapon. To purchase, you have to.
You can obviously clearly see that I was a little inebriated. All right, so we're going to move to year 4, which was August 12th of 2020. So a year later. Only had 3 views. Look at me. Wow. Went from 52 views. Now, that's another thing I was going to talk about in all this. Some of the things that I've learned. You gotta have a title that's going to connect. And El Paso shooting, Texas mass shooting, whatever, was just such a good line. People are looking for that. And that's going to get you more views. Granted, it only got 52, which is still pretty good for me, but the simple line of wake up, exclamation, exclamation, 3 views. And, you know, it says a lot. Analytics, like you have to focus on these kind of things.
Also known as the man without a fan. You're on YouTube.
See, well, all right, let's cover that. The man without a fan. Basically, because I had no subscribers. Nobody was watching really, especially since it was 2020. And mind you, remember what happened in 2020? COVID.
This world sucks. All right.
This world sucks. Yeah, way to go.
The things we're going through in this day and age.
I am pouring myself another glass of whiskey. My, things have really changed.
It all sucks. You gotta wear a mask. You gotta do this. You gotta do hey.
Bottle of Fireball in the freezer.
The end of times.
The end of times. Okay. So anybody who's ever, read biblical philosophy or whatever up to this point are all fucking wrong, And another thing is that I've learned is then I didn't really swear that much. I tried to keep it very PC. So the analytics and the YouTube wouldn't shadow ban me. They wouldn't put me off into something because I have a potty mouth. Now I don't give a shit. I just do it because it's not going to change anything. I'm still going to have a potty mouth. Even if I clean it up, I'm still going to. Yeah, my topics, my conversations, my opinions, my views, they are still too controversial for YouTube, and I get shadow banned. I'm still shadow banned right now. So let's go to another spot.
Devil of a woman, or do we want this guy
that would be Hillary Clinton?
And thinks the other guy that we have,
the Joe Biden,
who had already had 8 years while he was in office,
vice president. See, I know my shit.
And then chipped under the table.
Okay, all right. So this isn't working out. Quite frankly, I'm drinking this nasty beer made by Anheuser-Busch, aka Budweiser. I'm getting attacked by flies. And yeah, let's change some scenery. We come to where most of the podcasts that I would do before I got home would start place with where I would think of things, or in time turn out to find people that would be on the podcast with me. None other than my local watering hole. There's one thing that I did learn through trial and error is when it comes to making videos and put them on YouTube. If you don't have the likenesses to the songs, you can't just walk into a bar and there's always fucking songs playing in the background. Here's to 6 years. What would you say is the most memorable, influential, fun times you ever had?
When we did a show review, I don't remember which show it was. I had a friend over, Creature had a friend over, and you kept getting their names wrong. And then you were talking about people at the show that weren't even a part of the show because that's how fucked up and how much of a good show it was. You were like, yeah, he was amazing. I was like, that was last time, Trav. He wasn't even at the show.
I was that fucking drunk?
We were all that fucking drunk.
Yo, what's up, everybody? It's your boy O'Neal, the MC of Out of This World Entertainment, one half of Headshot Gang, and I'm hijacking the channel today, boy. All right, so we're going to explain the story of the interview that was never released, all right? So a couple years ago, maybe 4 years ago-ish, drive out to Abernathy, going to do my first podcast ever. I'd already been drinking for hours at that point. We start recording. He's asking all sorts of questions about my origins, why I started rapping, shows I've done, why I do what I do. He never pressed record. So then we got to backtrack, do it all over again. In the middle of this interview, I said, bro, stop. I got to puke. He stayed recording this time. You just hear me in the background. My guts coming out of my throat, man. So that was my first podcast experience with that drunk guy and his bullshit opinion.
My bad.
All right, so I got a question, Mr. Drunk Guy.
Yeah, go ahead.
Out of all of my shows that you've been to, which one was your least favorite and why? Which one were you like, thank God this shit's over?
Oh, fuck, man.
He's like, there's
so many.
Wow.
There's so many.
Wow.
Little Taylor Trump, he has his potential, but he will never be America's O'Neal.
I want to clip that part.
China don't got an O'Neal. We have the best O'Neal here, homegrown on American soil. You gotta repeat yourself 10 times in the same fucking speech because you have no personality.
No brevity, no bravado.
They wish they had an O'Neal, and they don't have an O'Neal.
Yeah.
They may have people that come close, but I've made better.
So what was the best show?
I can tell you the best O'Neal I saw was when he was at the Tiki Lounge. It was good. He was by himself. He had nobody else, but he did great. He's a great Marine. And I can tell you, his other shows, not quite so good, but just as good. Many people would say it.
That wasn't at the Tiki Lounge.
This is a different show. You need to, you are fake news. You don't know. You need to pay attention. And he was also there with Robzilla. I love Robzilla. He voted for me.
All right, what do you
All
got?
right, blind rank these wrestlers. Ready? 1 through
Wait,
5.
1 through 5.
Okay, 5's the best, 1's the worst. But you don't know who I'm going to say, okay? Put them in the order. So it's blind ranking. You don't know what's coming next. Undertaker.
4.
All right. Booker T.
3.
All right. The Rock.
2.
All right. Kurt Angle.
You motherfucker. 5.
Chris Benoit.
Fuck you. You can't do that to me. No. I want to repeat. But where I left off on was something that changed the podcast, something that made this a little bit more me. From the Man Without a Fan title intro to the new name, which was April 21st of 2022, to where I only had 1 like and only 9 views. But this is when I changed it to That Drunk Guy and His Bullshit Opinion. Everybody, Vader Saber 1984 coming to you. Normally I would follow that up with my old handle because we have to change it. It was The Man Without a Fan, but now I have like 9 or 10. So now it's going to be That
Drunk guy and his bullshit opinion. The only time I ever sit down and do one of these videos is when I've had something to drink. And when I do it sober, I'm usually pretty angry.
Okay. So honestly, I'm still right there to this day. Go to the next spot. See what else I was talking about. I had nothing to talk about.
He was that guy that
So the one thing that I know that I have a lot of knowledge of is wrestling. And well, I didn't have the availability to put up, I still don't, but put up screens of my favorite wrestlers or pictures. I didn't have that editing availability. A little bit childish, 2022 or 37 years old at the time, and I'm pulling out all the old wrestling figures. So, that was the birth of that drunk guy and his bullshit opinion. To me, I never do videos at the time to get views or likes. I just did it to talk to myself because I'm slightly narcissistic and I like hearing my own voice, even though I can't stand to hear my own voice. Okay, so for this one being up close and personal, the very start of it is another thing that I noticed was a first for this channel was me saying, ordinary fashion, grab yourself a smoke, grab yourself a drink. Cheers to you. Grab onto your butts, your balls, your boobs, whatever you got, because here we go. This is the originating plot that just dawned on me at the time. Jurassic Park from like 1993. And Samuel L. Jackson, all they did was give him one line, hold on to your butts. That kind of stuck with me since like 1993. Turned it into grab onto your butts. And then, of course, I love boobs. So if you're a female, grab onto your boobs. Or your butt. Grab onto your balls if you're a man. Whatever you got. So that was the origination of where that came from. All right, last but not least, we're going to move to last year, and that is Interview with a Black Guy. If you've ever watched it, you already know that I know CP. He ended up becoming my co-host. We had talked at the bar prior the night before, and he was an actor, and I was like, dude, I want to do an interview with a black guy. I just want to, because we could play off each other so well. And he's just eye dogging me the whole thing, the whole way. The only bad drawback on this is that the audio is absolutely crap. We had it set up, and I told him, I said, I want you just play the role, make me feel uncomfortable, make me uneasy, and I want you just give me short, easy answers and do it. The things that he throws in there, and granted, Charles is an actor, but he has such a wit to him that his brain works so fast that even sometimes when I do the podcast with him on it, I have to catch up. I'm like, are you fucking with me? Are you serious? And so, that's when we began our journey of trying to, get this thing up and running. I will say that if you do try and, do any kind of channel, you gotta have good audio quality, good sound, you gotta have good lighting. And, Charles helped me learn that. He helped me learn a lot about editing. He helped me in so many ways because he is in that profession, and I'll always be grateful for him. So thank you. 6 years from just sitting with my dog and talking to myself in that little house that my dad died in. I'm not trying to make $1 million off of this. It'd be nice. Do I want to be Mr. Beast? No. But it does give me a goal. It gives me a goal in other aspects and avenues that maybe I do have something to say, and maybe somebody could find me entertaining, and maybe somebody could just enjoy listening to me talk to my damn self. And if they do, that's great, and I appreciate you. But my saving grace and my deal with my psychosis is just kind of venting it out there. Not everybody just wants to sit there and listen to me 24 hours a day. And fucking drive anybody insane, I promise you. Does me every day. I still want to say thank you very much, and for this long ass video. But for 6 years of just me talking to myself and not giving a damn, well, let's see how far we can push this bitch. Let's do it. Vader Saber 1984, also known as that drunk guy and his bullshit opinion. All right, till next time, guys. Take care of yourself. Be safe.
This is the best goddamn podcast in fucking Lubbock, Texas. Have fun, y'all.